the show on a more positive note.
Okay. Give it up for Isaac and Joel. All characters and events in this skit, even those based on real people, are completely fictional. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental.
Isaac Miller. 1, 2, 3. Ooh.
Testing 4, 5, 6.
Are we gonna have feedback? Okay, no. All right.
I just want to compliment the marketing people on the just sold out audience we have today. I'm looking forward to a packed house and I'm appreciative of that. Let's hear from the P1s here. Who are P1s?
Do we have any P2s? A lot of P2s.
What about P3s? That's equally loud.
I think they're just louder than everyone else.
Well, Isaac and I have a little bit of a warning, and it's that we don't have any talents, or at least none that we can show off in public. So we thought we would take this opportunity to talk about our time well spent in pharmacy school, since it's coming to a close, or going out to rotations and stuff like that. So
Yeah, so I was walking last week to class, one of the few times I walked to class, and I looked up at the tower and I was just, this is it.
Yeah.
I started reflecting and, I'm gonna really miss our experiences.
Sure, yeah. I've been doing a lot of reflecting myself, and there's a lot I'm gonna miss too. Like that one time, remember that one time that 80% of our class failed the first extended quiz? That was great. That was great.
I remember I called my Ebola,
Your what?
Ebola, sorry.
Oh.
My apologies.
You mean
So
Ebola.
I called my grandma and I was crying. I was like, how can this lady look at me and go, bring your A game? I was like,
That was cool, yeah. I still have nightmares about that class.
Yeah.
But in all reality, we learned a lot P1 fall. I mean, I know I did. You know what class I learned the most in?
I do know. Biochem.
No. I learned the most in medchem.
That's true. What did we learn there?
Oh my gosh, we learned that ice floats.
What?
Oh my gosh, you didn't know that.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then in anatomy, I learned there's a word called transmogrify. And then there's also something inward rectifying potassium channels.
I think you mean rectifying.
I guess that could make sense too.
That's how I always pronounced it.
Okay.
Yeah. What was I gonna say next?
I forgot. I think we need to look at our reflections.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't understand from P1 year. And I still don't understand. If there's anyone in this audience who can explain to me what professional development convocation means, I'll give you $100.
Well, get your wallet ready. I got a definition. It's torture. 1 hour, once a week, mandatory torture. Then you have to reflect on that torture.
Hey, wait a second. Isaac, our future employers and preceptors are going to see those reflections, right?
Yeah, I took my reflections and artifacts very seriously.
Okay, good.
Very seriously.
Just checking. Out of curiosity, what was your all-time favorite quote from one of your reflections?
I'm really glad you asked that, because I carry a quote in my pocket just in case there's a preceptor in the room. So it's gonna be difficult. All right. Let's see. I know I'll be introduced to many more fields in pharmacy. PDC has always shown me so much, and it's just my P1 year. I am excited to see what PDC has to offer me in the future and what I will learn.
Oh, wonderful.
Man, I'm sorry, P1 Isaac Miller. I'm so sorry. Do you have a quote?
It's funny that you should ask, because I also just carry one around with me in case there's a future employer in the room. So let me just whip this out real quick. This is also from P1 year. And I said, talking about career exploration, I said, knowing I want to be a pharmacist and knowing what I want to do as a pharmacist are two very distinct ideas in my mind. I have always known I wanted to be a pharmacist, but what will I do with my degree? That is the question I will spend the rest of my life answering.
Pretty good quote.
Very nice.
You know, we did not only reflect in PDC, there were tough times in IPC.
Oh my gosh, there were tough times. You remember that classmate of ours who kissed his 101-year-old resident at his ALF?
I didn't kiss her, she kissed me. But, you know, that was a tough situation for me, and we were warned by Temple that, you know, the girls might come onto you, you know.
They didn't to me.
It was flattering at first. But, I'm a positive person. I looked at it a positive no. I mean, how many of you in the audience can say you kissed someone over 100 that's you're not related to? Not many, right? That's one thing off my bucket list, so.
Yeah. Off your bucket list. What about that other classmate of ours who had 3 residents die on him in 1 year?
Another thing off my bucket list? I don't know. Oh, man.
Yeah, geez.
Now
What's
rough.
next?
I don't know.
Just look at another reflection of mine real quick. Something about echo.
Echo.
This is completely non-scripted, by the way. You know, I didn't like going back for P1 spring. I felt like I was in the same classroom with all the same people, taking all the same old exams.
What? Come on. What about biochem? That was a really good class. What about the ferrets? The ferrets in really slow British accents.
Oh my gosh, slow British accents, those are the worst. Thank goodness for echo where you can double speed the professor, right?
Echo was a little bougie.
Oh, no. You know what's bougie? You know what's bougie are 3D glasses for protein structures. That's bougie.
Not so fast. Do not make fun of Nicolas Cage in his 3D glasses. I loved it. But I was joking about Echo. I needed Echo. I mean, how else would I identify my professors?
Yeah, that's true. But there were those times our professors Lego our echo. Remember that?
Oh my gosh.
That's my And there were those times remember when we'd be listening to the lectures online, there'd be a dog barking in the background?
Oh yeah. Speaking of cocaine, I really loved pharmacology and pictures of bathrooms.
Oh my gosh, pharmacology. I loved all the graphs, just all the colors in the graphs. Wait. Have you seen my MERS somewhere? Can't seem to find it.
I have not seen your MERS, but I saw your soul patch in the pharmacy council office.
Oh my gosh. As long as it's not in the student lounge fridge, I think I'm okay.
Oh, the student lounge fridge. You know, I noticed we never had a food issue till the second year of FarmCast.
Hey. Don't take it so hard on the P1s. I think it's like something like 80% of the P1s have a prior degree, but only 10% can tie their own shoes.
That joke can get you in trouble.
Hey. Just remember when you report me to the dean to spell my name correctly, okay? That's N-I-L-E-I-E-I-O, and on that Barnes he had a cow.
You've been hanging out with kids too much, you know. Actually, speaking of, I can't imagine having kids, 2 kids in pharmacy school. I mean, how dumb do you have to be? We have a whole class on contraceptives. It just baffles me.
Almost as dumb as you have to be to have your tech license and work at Abercrombie at the same time. That's pretty dumb.
That's a low blow. Oh, those were dark times. But you know, at least I could take my shirt off during patient assessment with no shame.
Hey, I took my shirt off too.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you did. I just looked at you and I always thought, you're like a chia pet, man. Woo! But you know, we did learn a lot in patient assessment, we did. I learned how to pretend to accurately measure blood pressure, and I got to touch boobies. I mean, palpate mammary glands.
Yeah. Something for you P1s to look forward to in the audience.
And I heard it was the first for many P2s.
He means taking blood pressure.
Yeah. I don't really remember much else from P2 year, though. Wait, kinetics was a challenge.
Oh, kinetics.
Yeah.
That was tough between like the philosophy of buckets and life. But I heard it was like completely different, totally better this year. No?
They went on a quest, you know.
But you know what was awful? P3 fall was awful. You talk about 9 hours of pharmacotherapy lecture every week and an exam every other Friday afternoon. You want to talk about torture? That's torture.
I don't know. I think P3 spring took the cake. I mean, I actually had to go to class, so that was a tough one.
That's true. I do agree with that. I think P3 spring was the worst semester. You know why it was the worst semester?
Why?
I'm glad you asked. Because we had to go to every class, we had to do like 1 million pre-readings, and we had to teach ourselves to be culturally competent pharmacists.
Wait a minute. What are we talking about? We talking about Canvas never working. Wait, Erin? Is Erin in the room?
Are you here?
I'm gonna pick on you. Aaron, wait, my apologies.
It's okay, it's okay. You had jury duty, we understand.
Okay.
But in all seriousness, pharmacy school has been a great experience.
It really has, and I mean, we've had amazing professors
and
amazing
too.
staff. Yes, amazing. Who were your favorite?
Oh, I'm glad. Well, if I had to name three, I'd say Dr. Davis, David Ocean, and Greg Caldera, and if there's a tie, Professor Burkett.
They were really good. They were great. And if we had more time, we would go on because there were so many memories.
Yeah,
but I mean, if you want to know more, be sure to take the elective. Take the elective.
But really, pharmacy school was
Great.
time well spent.
It was time well spent.
Yeah. Speak for yourself.